Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty intriguing stuff over here. We actually have some brand new, kind of pretty controversial PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 games coming out. We also have some pretty cool multiplayer stuff that's being leaked for one of the biggest games out there too, and some other big stuff such as the Wonder Woman game and a few other little various games we got to go and talk about. So if you guys are all stay tuned, relax, and enjoying as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, and the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys want to hang out and chill and relax, and of course the Target Amazon links too. And I appreciate y'all so much for watching, so let's go dive into some kind of interesting and kind of cool news. So first and foremost, we actually have a pretty big controversial game that is on the way and coming over here for the PlayStation 4 and 5. Now, this is probably not going to be a type of game I myself might go pick up. I might be on the 50-50. I'm not really sure if I will or will not. I don't know. But when it comes to this stuff, it is out and coming. Where? There's a brand new PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game that is pretty controversial. So both PlayStation 4 and 5 players can soon play a sequel to one of the most controversial and worst games ever made. You know, it's always a fun thing when the articles go dropping the worst games ever made. There's a lot of cool games coming to PlayStation consoles between now and the end of the month, including, if you guys have not checked it out, it's actually pretty good, the Resident Evil 4 demo/beta, which I will be honest with you guys, I kind of enjoyed, kind of liked, and cannot wait to play the full game. Tichia, which has also been kind of being promoted a lot through the PlayStation State of Plays, MLB The Show, which I'm a little bit excited for. I played the prior few, not too bad, and System Shock, which I never played the original. I'm actually kind of surprised it even coming out for the PlayStation. I thought that was on Xbox for some odd reason. And the list isn't exclusive, of course, but now it's grown by another game too as well. And this game actually has a pretty weird history. This game is actually set to go get Postal 4, No Regrets, which I could even show you guys some of the gameplay for. It looked like a crazy weird game before even the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Series X, and S users. And according to developer Running with Scissors, which once again, it's the name of these people, the game is the long-awaited true sequel to Postal 2, one of the most infamous and controversial games ever made. Now, I don't know if you guys remember all the Postal game series, but they had some pretty big drama and pretty big craziness, and just like how weird and strange the games have been in the first place, you know? So the fourth installment in the series isn't as controversial as its successors, partially because the environment in which it's releasing it isn't as sensitive to over-the-top violence, so if you think a game like a GTA or whatever, but also because it's not garnered the same attention. What it did garner, though, was similarly terrible reviews. Released in 2022, the game was the lowest rated game of the literal year, with a score of 30 on Metacritic. So basically, say Postal 4 No Regrets is a satirical and outrageous comedic open world first-person shooter and the long-awaited true sequel to what was fondly dubbed as the worst game ever. Like, I can't even take these games seriously at this point. Postal 2 reads the official blurb of the game. Several years have passed since the events and devastation that once proud town remembered as paradise led you to walk away from the cataclysm unscathed. The hapless everyman known as the Postal Dude and his little companion Champ drive aimlessly through the scorching deserts of Arizona, looking for a new place to call home. After a fortuitous gas station rest stop ends with their cat, car trailer home, and the rest of the world possessed and stolen. Let me just show you guys a little bit of the game. Like, it's just, I don't even know what to even say. It just doesn't even look good. It doesn't even feel good. Like, what even is this, dude? I don't even know what to, it's coming, though. If you guys want to play, it's there. It's coming out soon. You guys gonna enjoy it. Anyway, so if you guys want to, it's on March 21st. So I'm sure some folks might be hyped up for that one. Just such a weird, strange game. So pretty interesting stuff, though, too, as well. For better news is the upcoming Last of Us multiplayer game, which I think a lot of folks are actually quite excited for. Could be coming to the PS4 job listing suggest. So a new job listing on the Naughty Dog website suggests that The Last of Us multiplayer could be coming to both the PlayStation 5 and PS4. So if you guys are curious, in this one, it's meant to be, we haven't seen too much of the rumors and leaks for this one, but maybe a, Division type style, or maybe, the old school Last of Us multiplayer type style game, I think, Uncharted, etc. type style. No one really knows, but I really do think if they had a game that was like a DayZ, or an open world, you had to find loot, collect loot, almost like a BR type style game, would actually fit really well. Or maybe even a game that's kind of like Rust, imagine a AAA Rust, or those types of style of games where basically you have to find loot, make bases, collect stuff, and then have different characters or whatever it might be. I'm really excited for this. So basically, the listing for the Associated Multiplayer Quality Assurance Tester states that the applicant must have working knowledge of the PS4 and PS5 systems, which is kind of surprising because a lot of folks are just assuming they'll be bumping straight up to the PS5 instead, like focusing more on that one, and then suggesting that The Last of Us multiplayer will be a cross-gen game, if the listing is for The Last of Us multiplayer. During the 2022 Summer Games Fest, co-president Neil Druckmann revealed that the project has been in development for the past 2 years, before adding, you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year. And as you guys probably know right now, we're waiting for more big Sony events. We're waiting for the next Summer Game Fest in the next few months, and we're just waiting to see what's up going on over here. So Druckmann's comments suggest they'll be hearing about The Last of Us multiplayer sometime this year, and the game releases on cross-gen. One has to assume that could be rather sooner rather than later, which also makes sense too because the longer we want to wait for the long-term games, well, the worse everything else is, and I think that's actually a big deal. Like if we just have to sit here and wait for the next God knows how long, the next 3 years, no one's going to want to play a PS4 game. At that point, everyone's going to be on PlayStation 5 already, if not already at this current moment right this second, and I think a lot of folks will be a little bit on the skeptical side. So either way, I'm getting really excited for this one because The Last of Us multiplayer has a lot of potential, especially if they're trying to go and find some Call of Duty competitor. It might be kind of nice. So basically, Sony is forecasting to increase the PS5 unit sales exponentially in this fiscal year, and selling it as of currently around 30.5 million to, or like once they want to go and sell, which would put the PS5 at around 68 million units sold by the end of March. With such a great market too, it's kind of weird to keep on having these games showing up on the PS4. While we do have like hundreds of millions of folks that do have their PlayStation 4 consoles, it is a little bit strange because, well, like I said, if you have 70 million PS5s, you probably don't want to spend the time, development power, marketing, and all the whatever it might be for the PS4, or as well, you may not also want to have the, what's the word for it, the cross-play, because you have to have servers and weird architectures, and you have to pay extra money for it, and it's a big hassle, especially if most folks set them on the PS4. So we're going to probably assume that at this game, especially if they use a lot of the same engines and characters and models and even locations from the prior maybe Last of Us 1 remake or Last of Us 2, either or, that actually might have an easy chance for us to go make this game everywhere. But also don't forget they did just go recently port the game over to PC as well. So I do think a lot of this stuff actually has some good merit. Like I think it actually might be coming out sooner than later. This actually might be one of those closet releases we actually might even get this year. Now, I don't want to jinx it too, because we have Spider-Man already for this year, so maybe at some point, maybe 2024, maybe early 2024, would maybe make sense. I mean, maybe we'll have to see, but I'm sure whenever we have the next big proper non-state of play, like a proper Sony conference, we'll have a chance to go and see and hear more details on all of it, which I think would be kind of nice to see. So as of what they know so far about The Last of Us multiplayer, the data miners from The Last of Us 2 have suggested that it's likely going to be a battle royale, which, you know, in all honesty, I'd be down with. I feel like we've had a decent amount of battle royales, but we haven't had a good one in a while. Like we've had like Pug, Fortnite, you know, Apex. We haven't had any good ones in a while. And as well on top of this too, the data mines referred to the last circle location and even some battle royale type style games, but things would always be changed or have different styles. I personally would still like a DayZ type like survival base building type game, but at the same time, I mean like maybe just have more of a hyper like grounded, hyper realistic BR. So think of a game like, say, Apex, you're jumping around, flying around everywhere. Fortnite, there's cars. Pug was kind of a little bit around the realism side as well. So we can kind of go from there. So we'll have a chance to go and see on this one, but I'm very intrigued on this one. We also have the Wonder Woman game that we actually been hearing more details on. The Monolithic Productions, leaving Middle-earth with a single-player open-world action game starring Diana, as well as in the works. And there's a new Wonder Woman game, too. So we knew about this as of the December 2021 The Game Awards show, so it's currently in production, being worked on, and following the release of Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy for current gen consoles, it's looking likely that the Wonder Woman will line up alongside Rocksteady's Suicide Squad 2 as well as all the key games. So in case you guys are curious too, there is more audio than visual though on all these different types of teaser trailers. But once again, this actually might be another big game that might be coming out of the PlayStation 5 or Xbox or both for us to go have more games on the gaming horizon. So they want to make the game like a big RPG type style game with a lot of like influence on the actual narrative as you're playing through the game itself too. The enemies are going to evolve and develop based on your actions too as well. And I don't know, it's kind of cool just to go and have a chance to see like more superhero games. I think if they're done well, they're usually pretty fun. And last but not least, Bella Ramsey, the nice popular star over here for The Last of Us, is also now finally started playing The Last of Us game. On the topic of The Last of Us from earlier on this video, is basically go and say that, hey, this girl was encouraged to not go and play the game and basically have a raw experience for her acting and like basically make the role her own, which I think is very, very wholesome to see. But as of right now, it does seem like now that most of the casting has been done, she is finally now able to go and check out the game itself and see if she likes it, the vibes, and everything else in between. Very intriguing to go over here too as well. What's cool. So it's like, she says it's not as actually as weird as she thought it would be because it's literally her character. I just need to get on with it. I get in a room, I look at the details, I'm just wandering around, then I'm getting lost. I need to go forward and get to the point itself. So basically just cool to see that she could actually finally go play the character, and I'm still very excited to go see The Last of Us Part 2 coming out in the near future, hopefully. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Have a good rest of your nights. If you guys want to hang on the Twitch stream, we'll be hanging out chilling there. Also on the Twitter if you guys want to follow. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, and I appreciate y'all so much for watching here in the first place.